Welcome to another day here at Pride FX, and today is day 5 of the 30-day challenge. We are actually saying that for the next 30 days we will be posting a video every single day. Today is Friday, it is actually the weekend, so we won't be posting over the weekend. We want you to enjoy your weekend with your family, with your friends, and also just to take some time and go over the strategies again, take a break, have some family time, have some bonding time with your friends, so that you can enjoy the next week that we do come back here at Pride FX. Okay, wonderful. So today we are doing, most of you know it as the Wealth Minister UPS, and I'm going to scratch that name off and I'm going to say the 3-tier London breakout strategy. I do have the source code with me, and normally, like I say, read the about page and then followed by the links so that you guys know who are the original authors of the strategy. So if you have both Wealth Minister strategy, the UPS, important to note that this strategy is actually free. Okay, I need to put it out there. I'm not going to give credit to someone that has not created the strategy. I want to actually thank the coders who came up with the strategy, because these are actually the people that created it and make sure that everyone in the community can use it for free. Okay, sometimes it's just knowing what you are getting yourself into, and if you don't know, it's important that there is someone to let you know. I don't like speaking bad about people, but unfortunately it is what it is. Okay, so here we have the copyright owners of the strategy. So the property, obviously property means when you guys put that about page, that's what the property means. And so here we have by Sculo and MER, and then a few numbers followed. So these are the original authors of the strategy. And if you want to go onto the thread and just learn more about this free indicator and how they are improving it, you can go onto this link, www.forexfactory.com/showthread.php, followed by a question mark t equals to 24720. Okay, so if you want that link, let me know in the description down below. I will send it to the Telegram group, so that if you guys are following up on the strategy, that you can go and look at what these people are doing. So for the originality, I'm going to give a 0 to Wealth Minister, and I'm going to give a 10 out of 10 to the original owner. So we are not going to be speaking from Wealth Minister, we're going to be speaking towards the people that has created this. And the next thing I want to give it 100% for is the time. Okay, they have managed to understand that Forex is not about trying to trade the past, it's about trying to trade the future, right? And so here we can see every single day you're going to get that highlights being refreshed at 6 o'clock. You can change that depending on which broker you are using, and I'm going to show you in the front end. So this is the back end of the code. Okay, so you can put that at 6 o'clock every day, and the end time for this is 9:14, and then obviously you guys know that the London session begins, and then from that time onwards we do have what we call the US session that begins. So there's 3 sessions every single day. You have the London session from 10 o'clock in South Africa, followed by the US session, which is 4:30, and then after that we have the Tokyo session, which is the session that does not have the most volatile times. Okay, so that's the Tokyo session. Number of days that you can backtest the strategy is 200 days. So we can see that the guy also leaves you comments while he's coding. So here's the days that you can backtest the strategy. It is 200 days. If you want to actually backtest it for more, just ask me for the source code. You can put 300 days, you can put 1,000 days, or 1,200 days, but I'm going to leave it at the number that we were given before, which is 200. And then obviously minimum box size is 15. This box sizes, it speaks about the highlights in the system. I'll show you when we get to that part. Okay, I just want to show you the source code and why it's important to always give credit where it's due, because this person is putting in a lot of work to get the strategy to you. Okay, and then here we can see the maximum box size in pips is 80. So obviously moving upwards, that would be it. Okay, and then obviously take profit levels. We have the Fibonacci levels coming into place over here. Here we have 1, there we have 2.618, and then we have 4.236. okay, so these are the Fibonacci levels, and this would be your take profit 5. So he has taken a lot of time into thinking about numbers. He has a lot of mathematics behind the strategy, and so that's the nice thing when you are looking at someone trying to help the people. Okay, the box colors are light blue, red, orange, black, but he has allowed you in the front end to change those colors. So that is the nice thing about the strategy. Just to give you a little bit more about the back end, I know you guys are not interested in the back end, but I want to show you something that he has done so well. And so over here, your take profit levels are being set by that Fibonacci level. And so when we start at 0, 0, these are actually for your buy entries. Okay, when we go to 1.10, these are for your sell entries, and then obviously when you get to 2, this is for your take profit 1 level, and that's for the buy target. Okay, 3 sell target, 4 is a buy target, 5 is a sell target, and then 6 is a buy target. But all these numbers over here as well correspond to the Fibonacci levels. Okay, so he has made sure that from both sides he has calculated properly. So he has minused on the one side and actually calculated for the take profit of a buy. Okay, and then you have your double to string. So what this means is when you're getting those indications of an entry for a buy or a take profit for a sell, he has made sure that appears on the Fibonacci. So he's not giving you the full Fibonacci, but he's giving you the take profit levels from that Fibonacci. And so in P, when you put this here, what I like about this is that you guys are going to know the amount of pips that you're getting each time. Okay, so here you can see it says pips is 0, but when it's incrementing that value, you're going to know how much pips will you be rewarded for taking those trades. Okay, so that's it from the source code. I just wanted to show you who are the original authors of the strategy. Okay, so let's get into the strategy. Let me just say no, I don't want to save that. And so here we're just going to bring this up. Okay, so you can say allow DLL imports, you can allow external expert imports, very important all the time, and you allow modification of signal settings every single time you do apply this to your chart. Okay, and so at the about page we can see that the 3-tire London Breakout version 3.3. so this is that properties that I told you about, and we can see that the copyright where we were is SQULO and MER with the numbers. So what you can do obviously is if you click on this, it's going to take you to the link that we had discussed about when we were in the back end of the thing. Okay, so he made sure that the link is part of the name. Okay, so if you click on that, it's going to take you to the thread where they are discussing the strategy. Now if you get to the inputs, like I said to you, this is the front end part of it. So you can change, like I said to you, you can change the numbers over here. So if you want to change the starting time, you can change the starting time. If you want to change the end time, you are allowed to change the end time. And if you want to change the session, so from 4:30 maybe your broker is not in sync with this, then you'll have to change those numbers. Okay, and then obviously like that number, that color that came up the last time was linen, you are allowed to change this color to whatever you like. Okay, so there's a lot of things you can go into and so forth, but we want to show you how to use the strategy. And so there's two things that you can do. If you still want to use Wealth Minister's settings, then you just have to click on load. Okay, so when you click on load, I will also send you the settings of the UPS, what he has found. Okay, and then you just click on the file that says ups.set, which is the settings that he has applied to his chart. Okay, and then you're just going to click on open, and it's going to bring up his settings. Okay, I'm not going to use his settings, so I'm going to reset it to the default settings of the person that actually created the strategy. And so here we go to colors, and obviously over there you can decide what you want to do from there. If you want it only to be shown on 1 minute, 5 minute, 30 minute daily, you can decide. Okay, so important also to note, the strategy works better on the 15-minute chart, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour, the 30-minute. The strategy also only works on currency pairs. Okay, please don't go and put CFDs there. You're going to see the take profit levels are minimalized. Okay, so please be careful of that as well. So when we click OK, this is what will appear. Okay, and just to give you an example of what I'm saying is that if you're trying to use it on CFDs, your take profit levels and those margins are not going to calculate the way the coder wanted you to see how the strategy works. So do not try and use it on CFDs. They work on currency pairs. They do work a lot on the major pairs, so make sure that you're putting most of your major pairs and just waiting for the session to start. Okay, they're going to give you the session that will start, and here you can see where the session starts and so forth. Okay, so remember we said that the starting time we want to see is how the Tokyo session ends. Okay, so these red boxes, or if you're going to put it in blue or red, you can decide. These red boxes means that this is the session that's about to close, and we are going to go into the London session. Okay, so once we're in the London session, or once this session closes, you need to be focused on these things that happen over here. Okay, so here we can see the starting time. It's actually at 09 or 9:15, and so once the session starts, please don't be in a rush to look for those buy entries or those sell entries. Okay, also don't be in a rush. I know some of you do go to work or you are busy with something. So what I want you to focus on is when you do see the session has ended from the Tokyo session, what you want to do is count 4 candlesticks all the time. Okay, don't just put a buy stop, don't put a sell stop as yet. And why? Is because you're going to get false breakouts before the thing starts. Okay, all the time. So here you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So once that 4th candle has closed, then what I want you to do is place your buy stop and your sell stop. Okay, when the market goes up to that place, right, once you are in profit, make sure that you are practicing this most of the time. So once you're in profit, let's say we take our entry over there or on the line that they have given us, make sure that you are locking your profits. Okay, it's not always going to happen that your take profit level has been hit. Okay, so once the session has started, you just have to put that that buy stop after the 4 candles that I told you about, and then once the session starts, you can start locking profits. Every time it goes up, you're following up on the next 2 candles. So when this candle went up, this candle closed, the next candle starts, you move your stop loss up, until it takes your trade out. Okay, what's the next thing to do? Remember, we're waiting on the London session to close, right? So what you can do is leave your sell stop, and when it's hit, what you want to do is lock those profits as well as put a take profit level. Okay, make sure that you are always moving your stop loss while you are trading. Okay, so just to give you the rules again, here we are on the closing of the Tokyo session, right? And once the Tokyo session has closed, you want to wait for 4 candlesticks. And yeah, it's important for me to show you once again what I'm talking about. So here we have 1, 2, 3, right? What happened to the 4th candlestick? The 4th candlestick came back into the zone. Can you guys see that? And then what happened? Your sell stop was the next target for it to hit, and then it went back up there and it came back down. So make sure that you're always counting that 4 candlesticks, and then once you are done, you can apply your buy stop and your sell stop, and you can see from there the reward was better than doing what you would have done. Okay, here we have another one coming over there, and you can see it takes out multiple of your take profits. So what you want to do is place those buy stops. If it went for a sell first, leave your buy stop, so that if the US session starts in this time, then what you can do also is make profit from that session as well. Okay, and then here we had that take profit 5 being hit, and you guys can see from there's no Fibonacci levels after that. Okay, here's another one. If we're looking over there, the session starts over there, and so if we count 1 2 3 4, so once you have placed your buy stop, you could have went in profit. And then obviously, like I said, to make sure that you lock in those profits if you want to catch the highest take profit level. So if you are locking those profits up to that point, you would make money. Okay, so once that happened, we can see that we were out of the market. And obviously, if you are still holding that sell stop over there, you could have lost money. So make sure that you are always making sure that if there is a reversal, was it still in the London session, that reversal happened. Okay, if it's the US session and the US session starts, then you would get results like this. Okay, so make sure that you are looking out for those ones. And so let's move on to today's one. Here is today. And so today, if we're counting 1 2 3 4, here we can see the market came back in. So once you have applied your buy stop and your sell stop, you can see that we are actually going to try and go for a buy today. Okay, so make sure that you are using that, and also your emotions must be controlled when you are using this. It's all about patience when you are trading the London session. Okay, so once this occurs and it moves up there, what you want to do is, when you go in profit after the next 2 candlesticks, you want to continue putting those lock profits after your stop losses. So you're going to continuously move your stop losses as price is moving up, because that's after the 4th. So we have confirmed that today will be a buy trade. Okay, so make sure of that. And so yeah, so basically that's it from the strategy. But what I want to also speak about is, if you're looking at what they're giving you is a buy target, they're giving you the Fibonacci level. No, not the Fibonacci level. That is the price level. Yes, so they're giving you the buy level, right? So the buy take profit level, and then they're giving you the level of that take profit, and also how much pips you can make from that. So you can see that playing out over there. And your buy entry, they also give you a buy stop. If you're going to use buy stop level limits, then you can actually put a buy stop at that point, right? And if you're looking for a sell, you can put that sell stop level where they are giving you. So it's a nice tool to have when you are trading on your cell phone, you know. So if you are putting those entries in on your cell phone, now you can just look at the price and say, okay, for my sell stop, I'm going to put price at 1.18693, and then obviously my rewards from that, it would be, if I'm looking at a target of 16 pips, I would say my take profit is at the buy target 3, so I'm going to put in 1.8925. It's always nice to have these things, because now you don't have to continuously look to your left or to your right, or put come with your horizontal line and look for the price over there and then apply it. So now you have that automated for you, and that's the nice thing about this strategy. Okay, and then last but not least, it's obviously the session block that you guys can see, and from this time you are going to look for those targets. And obviously when the Tokyo session is ending, they are also showing you that the session is about to end. Okay, so tools to use is the buy stop and the sell stop. So if you are going to count after 4 candlesticks, so what I mean by that is, if you are going to count after 4 candlesticks, 1 2 3 4, and then obviously here the price came back in, and so what you want to do is put that buy stop and that sell stop, and then if your sell stop is hit, you can either delete the buy stop, or you can leave the buy stop there and wait for price to come with the New York session and hit your price. Okay, so very important that you do count that 4 candles before you do enter. It is Friday. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and we're going to meet up again on Monday. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you on Monday for day 6 here at Pride FX.